Did you know the Super Bowl isn't just a game for the players, but a make-or-break moment for big networks like ESPN? In this video, we're diving deep into the thrilling world of the Super Bowl and how it's the ultimate test for ESPN. We'll explore ESPN's big plays and fumbles in the rapidly changing game of sports media. It's a journey through high stakes and big challenges. Stick with us to uncover if ESPN is really losing its magic or if it's gearing up for an epic comeback. You won't want to miss our insider insights and bold predictions. 1. Challenges and shifts. ESPN, a giant in sports broadcasting, has been facing some tough challenges. It's not just about broadcasting games anymore. The whole way we watch sports is changing, and ESPN has to keep up. First, let's talk about cord cutting. This is when people say goodbye to traditional cable TV and switch to watching shows online. It's like when you stop buying CDs and start streaming music instead. A lot of us are doing this now. For ESPN, this is a big deal because they used to make a lot of money from cable TV. Now, they have to figure out new ways to make money when people aren't watching cable as much. Then there's the way we watch sports. It's not just sitting in front of the TV anymore. Now, we can watch games on our phones, tablets, and computers. We can even watch highlights on social media. This change is huge because ESPN needs to find ways to be where the viewers are. On all these different screens, ES facing tough competition. Not just from other TV channels, but also from websites, apps, and sports leagues with their own broadcasting platforms. They need to work hard to stay as the top pick for sports fans. However, the internet opens up new opportunities. ESPN can now reach fans globally and explore new content, like less-known sports or on-demand shows. They've launched ESPN, a streaming service like Netflix for sports, adapting to the shift from cable to online viewing. They're focusing not just on broadcasting games, but on creating engaging, story-driven sports content. This approach could make them stand out in a crowded field. ESPN's strategy is to meet sports fans wherever they are and provide top-notch sports content, a challenging yet potentially rewarding path to maintaining their lead in sports broadcasting. 2. ESPN's adaptation strategies. ESPN is not just sitting back and watching the world change. They're moving and shaking things up to stay in the game. Let's look at how they're doing it. First up, ESPN is going big on digital. They know we're watching sports on our phones and laptops more than ever, so they're putting a lot of their stuff online. They've got this thing called ESPN Plus, a streaming service like Netflix, but for sports. Here, you can watch games, shows, and even exclusive content that's not on regular TV. But ESPN Plus is just one piece of the puzzle. They've also revamped their website and app to make them more user-friendly. Now you can get scores, watch highlights, and read news all in one place. It's like a one-stop shop for sports fans. Now, let's talk about their partnerships. ESPN knows they can't do everything alone, so they're teaming up with big companies like Disney and other sports leagues. These partnerships help them reach more people. It's a smart move because it opens doors to new fans and different kinds of sports. Another cool thing they're doing is using technology to make watching sports more fun. They're adding cool features to their broadcasts, like different camera angles, virtual reality, and in-depth analysis. It's like giving us a front row seat at the game, right from our couch. Their main goal is to keep sports fans happy and interested. They're always looking for new ideas, whether it's a new show, a new way to show a game, or a new sport to cover. They're also working hard to make ESPN a place for all kinds of sports fans, not just the ones who watch football or basketball. One big move they made was focusing more on women's sports and esports. These are growing fast, and ESPN wants to be part of that growth. By showing more of these sports, they're reaching new fans and showing that they're about more than just the traditional big games. Now, let's not forget about social media. ESPN is putting a lot of cool stuff on platforms like Twitter, Instagram, and even TikTok. They're sharing highlights, behind-the-scenes looks, and fun sports content. It's a way for them to connect with younger fans who spend a lot of time on these apps. ESPN's big plan is to be wherever sports fans are. Whether it's on TV, online, or on your phone, they want to make sure you can get your sports fix. They're trying to mix the old with the new, keeping what's good about traditional sports broadcasting and adding in new, exciting stuff for the digital world. 3. The future of ESPN. Let's talk about what's next for ESPN. Is it game over for them, or are they just getting started? We're going to look at both sides and see what the future might hold. ESPN faces some big challenges. People are changing how they watch sports. They're moving away from traditional TV and towards the internet. Plus, there are lots of new players in the game. We've got streaming services, social media, and even sports leagues doing their own broadcasts. That's a lot of competition for ESPN, but it's not all doom and gloom. ESPN has some strong cards to play. They've got a big name, lots of experience, and they're part of the Disney family, which is a huge deal. Disney is like a giant in the world of entertainment, and that could really help ESPN. ESPN is also getting creative with how they do things. They're not just sticking to the old ways. They're pushing into streaming with ESPN, putting more content online, and even getting into esports and women's sports. These are growing areas, and getting in early could be a smart move. The key for ESPN is to keep up with what sports fans want. If they can do that, they've got a good chance of staying on top. It's like a basketball player adapting their game as they get older. They might not be the fastest anymore, but they can find new ways to score. One big opportunity for ESPN is in storytelling. People love a good story, whether it's about an underdog team or a superstar's journey. ESPN has the chance to tell these stories in new and exciting ways, like through documentaries or online series. Another thing in ESPN's favor is live sports. People still love to watch sports as they happen. That's something that's hard to replace, and ESPN is really good at broadcasting live sports. They've got the experience and the technology to make it exciting. So, is ESPN on the fall? Well, it's not that simple. Yes, they've got challenges like changing technology and stiff competition, but they've also got strengths like a strong brand, a push into digital, and the power of live sports. ESPN's future is not set in stone. It's like a big game, and they're one of the players. They've got to adapt, make smart moves, and keep their fans engaged. If they can do that, they've got a shot at not just surviving, but thriving. ESPN's faced tough times with fewer people watching cable TV and more competitors showing up. They're trying new stuff like online streaming and teaming up with other companies to stay in the game. The big question is, can they make a strong comeback, or are they losing their edge? It's a wait-and-see game, but they're definitely not giving up without a fight.